Let me say good afternoon, good evening, wherever part of the world you are joining us. We are glad to be here today for another edition of the Miles TV. It has been a while. We've been on a break due to some issue or some unseen circumstances. But we give God the glory that we are here to begin again. We want to say thanks to everybody who've been following our page closely. We appreciate your present being with us. Thanks for following us on Facebook and YouTube. The month of June is one of the months that we are going to be discussing faith, values, and identity. And there are a lot of us today. These are things that we need to talk about because it affects our society a lot. So tonight, I am your host on this platform. Going to be carrying us through this show today, and I'm so blessed to be back on camera after a while. It is good to be back here. So wherever part of the world you are joining us, we say welcome, and let's stay tuned as we go through this all important discussion. Tonight is going to be a wonderful time. I can tell you it's going to be a wonderful time. Let's come. This platform is created to have an intellectual discussion. Mostly we help in building us as a young people when it comes to our academic sojourn, even our social life, our religious life. That's why tonight we're going to talk about a topic of faith, values, and identity in a changing world. We know that the world today is changing on a daily basis, both technology, social, globally the world is changing in a lot of things today. So we are going to discuss today how can we maintain ourselves, how can we maintain our identity, how can we maintain our values, how can we maintain our faith. These are things we're going to be talking about today. So we want to say stay tuned as we are about to go through tonight's show, as I'm going to be joined with our co-host Alfred Timo, and the rest of the team. We want to be here tonight to have this great conversation. So let me say welcome, and let's have a conversation tonight. We will encourage you. If you want to be part of the show tonight, we will read out the number. You can also send in your question through the comment section, and we are going to share an ideas. So we say don't forget to share as many as you can do for us. A lot of people who like to follow such a show like that because of the kind of discussion that we had. But these things are things that affect our society today, and we have to look at them very very seriously because if we don't do it tomorrow, these are people we say. They are future leaders. We are the one, right? We say we are future leaders. So if we don't know our values, we don't know what we stand for. We don't know our faith, or who we are, our identity. If we lacking these things tomorrow, I can say to you freely, there will be no way for us to lead people or to lead the next generation to come. So let's still here as we go through this discussion. I'll take a little musical break. Facebook, we want to say we own no copyright to the song that's been played here. This is Miles TV own songs. We own no copyright. So stay tuned tonight as we go through the conversation. I'm going to be joining you very shortly. Thank you.
Miles TV, light in the world. Miles TV, shine on the screen. Voices of hope, living the dream from Africa's heart. purpose so true. Buena Mayas, we honor you. With faith and courage, the journey began. Building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth, the light stayed strong. Turning every challenge into a oh, my TV. Light in the world, my STV. Shine on the screen. Voices of hope, living the dream. From Africa's heart to the world we see. Truth and culture. My STV, my STV, bringing light each day. Stories that guide us, show the way. One love, one voice, one destiny. Welcome to the future, my STV. A vision was born with a purpose so true. Buena Mayas, we honor you. With faith and courage, the journey began. Building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth, the light stayed strong. Turning every challenge into a
Okay, let me say welcome to all of our viewers, wherever part you have joined us again. I say welcome, and we are here tonight just seeing my own friend and brother Philip. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing pretty good, CEO. It's great to be back, though.
Yeah, I was just telling the people, it has been a while. Uh, we've been facing some challenges, but yesterday, it is good to be back. In the month of June,
Right.
and we are back with a very strong, discussion tonight, where we're going to be talking about faith, values, identity in the changing world today. Philip, we live in a
Right.
dispensation all of time where the world is changing gradually, both socially. We talked about technologies. In a lot of sectors, the world is changing today. Uh, and then we as a person, where are we standing? Where is our place of standing right now? Do we know who we are? Do we know where we came from? And do we know where we are going? These are questions. And mostly, Philip, tonight our focus is on we as a young people, because if we're going to lead the next generation to come, we must understand, get a broad understanding regarding these things, these basic things, about our value. Do we know our value, Philip? How many of us today are recognize how valuable we are? We some of us, we lack those things.
Yeah.
That's why we just make ourselves anyhow, right? Some of us, we don't know where we belong, our faith, right? There are some of us today, we are compromise our faith, Philip. There are a lot of people today, due to some circumstances, we compromise our faith because we are unable to go through certain things. So because of that, we have to give up, right? So these are things, our identity, who we are, our values, right? Who you really are. Have you discovered that, Philip? I know you and myself today, some way, somehow, we might have, that broad understanding of who we are. I believe someday we have a conversation on, these things about, identifying ourselves or knowing who we are, and what we want and what we are being called for, all these things, right? So tonight it's gonna be a great discussion. Just joining us again is my own brother and friend Alfred Timo. Welcome, my brother. Alfred, how are you doing? Welcome.
Uh,
You
I'm
are
okay,
muted,
man.
my man.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, yeah, I'm hearing you, Alfred. Welcome, my brother.
Yes. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. Okay, so Philip, mama, why be put your camera on? Are you in a unknown position, Philip?
No, no, I am not I'm not like Alfred. No, I'm not like Alfred.
Ah, I
I'm
thought you were
kind of
in a unknown
I'm kind
position.
of reposting. I'm reposting.
Okay, okay. So before we go
So
through, we start this
I
conversation.
see you guys. I see you guys are in the brand. I see you guys are wearing the brand. I don't know.
No,
Should I
I've the
have
one.
to?
No, I'm not in the brand. I'm not there, right? I told that young lady to send mine, but I don't know. She find it a little bit difficult. So, but anytime soon, I'm gonna be on my way to
Oh,
Punjab. So gradually, I'm going to pick it up once I arrive there. Yeah. So, but Afra is wearing it, and
that's
you
great.
know, Philip. Yesterday I was with a vendor where we were having some conversation, and I can assure our
Great.
fan we had a lot of materials are gonna be coming up very soon. You know,
Wow,
we're having some
that's great.
negotiation and other things. I think I called Alfred yesterday, right? I called him yesterday to get some because my phone restarted, so I lost a lot of things. So I wanted to get some things regarding, yeah, and I called him. We're able to share some ideas. So to all our fans, continue following us. There are a lot of things that are coming up very, very soon, right? So before we start the
Right,
conversation, let's take our song just at least 1 minute, and then once we get back, we start the ball rolling.
right. Alfred looks handsome though.
Our
Why are
father.
you looking at me that way?
Yeah. Oh, my TV, light in the world. My STV, shine on the screen. Voices of hope, living the dream. From Africa's heart to the world we see. Truth and culture. My STV, my STV, bringing light each day. Stories that guide us, show the way. One love, one voice, one destiny. Welcome to the future, my STV. A vision was born with a purpose so true. Buena Myers, we are new.
Okay, we want to say welcome back, and to all of our followers, we say thanks for joining us tonight. Tonight is a very great night, and I hope that you won't like to miss it because we have a lot of things in store that we're going to be discussing tonight. Let's go straightly, to our discussion tonight. Philip, I want to start with you, my brother.
Let's
I
see.
don't know whether you are here, Philip. Are you there?
I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Philip, what do
I'm
you
here, sir.
think so many young people today struggle when it comes to the issue of identity and self, what? Why do you think they struggle today when it comes to that? Their identity and their self worth. Because these things today is something that affect our society. About if you do an analysis or critical statistics, you will understand about 75% of the young population today we struggle with these things called identity. Why do you think it's
Right.
happening like that, or it's happening like that in our society? Why say you feel it? I use your own word against you tonight.
Right. No, it's for my good though. So I would like to extend my greetings to our followers and also to my like junior brother, my little brother Alfred, and to you, our CEO. And tonight we are having a fascinating and impactful conversation around this faith identity values stuff we have up on the screen though. So when we kind of talk about identity and people like young people like us, we kind of struggle to find our identity, discover who we are. I don't think it's something actually we ought to struggle about, It's not something we ought to fight about. It's not something we kind of take our heads here and there, back and forth. No, it should not be something we struggle over, because identity is simply you kind of discovering who you are, right? Who you are, what you stand for, what are your strengths when it comes to you as a person, when it comes to dealing with situations, when it comes to you kind of navigating your way through life. And our identity need not be influenced by the trends we see or the social media popularity we want to gain. We need not look into that direction when it comes to our identity. Now, identity could be religiously, you identify with Christ, you are Christ like. So that could be religiously your identity. And you could be a Muslim, that religiously your identity. You could be a Hindu, right? Or people may say a Buddhist. That could be your religious identity. But when it comes to you as a person, right, in life, in your community, in your family, who you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. If you tend to discover all of those things, then you can actually come to the full understanding that this is me and that is me. But this one and that one is not me. So we need not struggle with that. Yeah.
Thank you, Philip. You just said something, that just get to my mind. Our identity today is not just about you as an individual, but it also speaks about your religious setting, where you from, and other things, right? But Philip, do you know that a lot of us today we compromise our real identity because of little of nothing, and most especially today as affecting we the young people, we compromise it
Right.
because I don't know for what reason to some of us. Maybe it's somehow personal and what have you. But one of the key things that I see today, Philip, that we compromise our real identity is because of poverty. I don't know whether you're gonna agree with me today, Philip. Because of
It's not,
poverty.
Miles, it's not about me, concording with you or kind of disagree with you. It's not about that, right? Like
Okay.
many people of, I'm sorry, I just went out of current. But here is it, right? Many
Mhm.
people, like, they kind of tend to be honest about what they see around them. They are actually heavy moved. Those people who kind of moved by or who kind of and what they stand for, I mean, they need to be talked to. They need to be mentored. They need to be educated. They need to be, refreshed. They need to be reminded, by their parents, by their religious leader who has been there with them, from the beginning of time to where they are. There should be, there should be no there should be no amount of hardship that put us to, we kind of in knowing who we are. People or there should be no we
Yeah, Philip, I was definitely coming when it comes to you talking about Philip. Let me hold you there. I was definitely coming when you talk about uh there should be no amount maybe from your surrounding or what have you, right? But Philip, sometimes you look at those things that influence us, right? You look at some of these things that try to influence people. We were definitely coming to deal with the issue of the parents. There are some parents today, they lack that control over the child. So because of that, the child loses, their own identity, right? Because they lack those that control over the child. They are unable, to guide the child. Like you talk about the religious area. Feel a lot of time today, our pastors or imam, these people, they speak to us. They try to talk to us. But some of us, I don't know, is that a thing called stubbornness, or sometimes is that our weakness? What have you? That sometimes play on us, and then we try to deviate, from our own identity. And these things is very, very crucial. Understanding who you are, your true identity, what you are being called to do, and what you are. Because if you don't understand these things, you face a lot of problems in life. You will face a lot of problems in life. It is very essential to know who we are. Who we are is matter a lot. Yeah, identify. When we talk tonight, I wanted to go to some things tonight. When we talk about identity, it refers to how individuals see themselves and how they relate to society. How do you see yourself and how you relate to society? Well, what are those things that you what are those meaningful things that you do in society? How you see yourself to be, right? How do you patronize yourself? Do you patronize yourself to be a positive man, better person, or how? On what basis? Or are you picturing yourself to be like others? Yes, it is essential, right? Sometimes we want to be like other people. It's very essential. I tell you, no lie, it's very essential. But how are you patronizing to be like that person? What are those things that you are copying from that person? Is that something that going to be a positive things that are going to reflect in your life and also reflect in society? Because mind you, our identity, right? It is not just we as an individual we are representing. No, our backgrounds, be it our family, our religious area we formed. These are people we represent. So whatever we put out there, whatever we say out there, these are things going to reflect, from where we are coming. So we have to take these things very essential. Our identity, where we from, and how we communicate or how we do things. It is very essential. A lot of us today we face these problems, and it is something that we have to work on our identity. You know, uh, sometimes you will see people uh, on a sudden they are coming up very good in society. They are coming up being so respectful. They are coming up being so good and what have you in society through their backgrounds or their religious the kind of teaching that they have given to them. But on a sudden you see this person will just change. On a sudden you see this person will just change, right? They just change and try to behave different in society, and now society try to question where they're from. Society start to look at some things critically about them, right? And these things affect our society a lot. And like I said, Alfred, before you join tonight, our identity thing. I want to say to us, Alfred, it is not just we ourselves we are representing out there to society. It is not just we ourselves we are giving our picture out there. It's also how to do with our backgrounds. Because whatever you do out there, Alfred, that's how people are going to reflect, to your parents or your guardians or whatever you do out there. So tonight we're going to talk about your faith identity. Another thing is our acting, Philip. Why today we compromise our faith? Why today we compromise our faith? And he was trying to give some scenarios, but let's hear you, Alfred. Are you there? What is happening in network?
I'm here. I'm here. No, I was actually receiving some course. Yeah, and then because of that, the network was actually fluctuating.
Yeah, yeah, Alfred. So tonight is a very interesting show, my brother. We're gonna talk about faith, identity in today's changing world. Alfred, we know our PS group, a lot of things happen today. But let me ask you this question, my brother. I think Philip will also give me his own, thought on that. Why do you think many young people today struggle with identifying who they are, right? Why do you think they struggle today in that?
Okay, thank you so much. I'm not audible. Are you getting me?
Alfred, just be a little bit audible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So first, before I actually answer that question, I would like to say uh, good evening to our photo or probably good morning based on your locations. I would like to say welcome back again on the Mars City. We have been away for a few times because many of us were actually preparing for our exams and also trying to find one or two things. But we are happy to be back again tonight for to discuss about education and other essential things about you. So the question asked my brother is, why do I think that so many youth today struggle with their identity? So, the first thing I would say is that when it comes to identity, many youth struggle for with their identity. This struggling start from home because the pathway or probably the channel from which that child or probably that that children could actually identify who they are, it should start from home. That's why we have this popular statement that always says charity begins at homes and ends abroad. So now, if the child cannot find their rightful self within their homes, how will they find their rightful self outside? That's the first thing we should get to know. That's the first thing we should understand. Let us home. I'm in a house where my father is like this today, it's like that tomorrow, or my mother is like this today, and she also like that tomorrow. I cannot identify who they are. And also, I cannot find myself because I'm being imposed on certain decision. I'm not being able I'm not being able to actually understand who I'm really at within my own house or within, based on the training or probably the environment for which I found myself. So the first thing I would say is start from home. And the next thing again is within our institution, in our various institutions. You understand, like my brother, you will understand in the Western world. Let me just speak about the country for which we in right now. A child will be in 11th, 10th, or 12th grade, and then you see this child actually being understand what they actually want to do. Like many high school students today in Liberia, you only hear that, oh, I'm in science class, I'm in art class, I'm in science class, I'm in art class. Okay, what do you want to do? Some will say, okay, oh, I want to be artist specialist. And I'm not even talking about even me myself. I usually say, oh, I want to be artist specialist, but forgetting to know that artist is a very wide field. I cannot specialize in everything. I have to actually be at a certain point. I have to be master in certain things. Whether it's cybersecurity, whether it's data analysis, whether it's software engineering, whether it's mobile development, whether it's web development, whether it's networking, IoT. You just need the rest. I have to specialize in certain things. So you will see the child, you say, oh, I want to be artist specialist. You don't even know the roadmap of artist specialist. Okay, I want to be a science. Okay, I'm a science student. What is the roadmap of a science student? To be a science student, you have to follow the roadmap. You have to know what courses you should attack, what you should do, what books, what material you should have access to, or you don't have access to it. And then the school is not actually helping because the teacher should help a child or a student to actually identify who they are, to actually find their rightful self. But it's not like that. Basically, we are all in the classroom where there are a lot of students, about 50, 70 students with different goals, different mindsets, different visions. We are sitting together in the same classroom, learning the same thing, learning what is science, what is English. We are learning the same thing. We are even learning Bible, the same thing. And then they share sometimes you will see this guy actually filled in mathematics, this guy is filled in physics, this guy is filled in English, this guy is filled in geography, science, and whatever thing you just named it. This guy is filled in. It doesn't mean that the child is a failure, but it is not the child calling. The child is not able to actually find yourself, to actually understand who they really are. And the teacher and our general instructors to also be about helping the students to actually understand who they really are. The last time me and Ma was talking, I said one of the things that all my son being in Liberia, I don't know maybe if they have been helping it, but to see this kind of program being held in high school, wherein you see a career developing a career path, wherein student will actually be able to understand how to direct their career path, how to actually understand their career role, to develop their career, to understand what should I do if I want to be a cybersecurity expert? What material should I have? What should I do? What tools should I get acquainted with? Which video should I watch? Let's say, who should be my mentor? What can I do? So you see, if these things were happening, if students were having access to these things, if students were being taught these things, being taught these things, it will actually help. So like I said, the first thing is start from the home because our some of our parents will not allow the children or the child to actually identify who they are because they are in an environment where today is this, today is that, today is this, today is that. You cannot understand. You are in the home, you cannot understand. And you are and most especially we from Africa, we have certain African mentality that everything as long it comes from the parents is final. You don't have to go back and forth, it's final. So you every decision within your lap until you leave your parent house, it will come from your parents. So there is no way for you to understand who you are. You only understand what your parent wants you to do. You only understand
Yeah,
what
yeah.
your parent wants you to do. So you can never
Thank
understand
you.
who you are.
Thank you,
Okay,
Alfred.
thank you
Alfred,
so much.
you told my mind back, right? I had a conversation with a guy who called me and he told me that he wants to do RT. So I was like, do you understand what RT is? Because RT is just a broad term, right? Like you said, Alfred, RT is just a broad term, but it had different segments. So what kind of RT you want to do? What really you want to specialize in? Then the person was telling me, Fede, my man, just look at one thing and then the one thing will be good for me. So I started to laugh. I was like, this guy being very serious. I don't know whether he's being very serious or what he was saying. And after you said it right, because all these things begin with the school. They just go and put a lot of math on the board, and we have to look at these things very seriously. Philip and Alfred, they just go put a lot of mathematics on the board, put a lot of things on the board, which of course is a very fun thing for us to learn. But are you really giving a career path to these students? Are you really telling them who they are or what they should become? What are you preparing them for? Are we giving these ideas to them? But Philip, I want you to get this today, and I want all of our people to listen. Philip, our people, I told somebody, and this might sound so hard, but that's a reality. Our people today make our education system like the young people have no impact, that they don't know what they want in life, so we don't need to give anything to them. Further, there are some good people in our country that know how to teach people about their career path. Even some of these instructors you see, they know how to do it. But why you think they don't want to do it? Because they want to suppress the youth. The youth have been suppressed. That's why we are here tonight to talk about these things that all of our colleagues can see it very clear and we all can follow to understand our identity. Because you will continue learning mathematics, they will follow you algebra, geometry, trigonometry, all the things that will follow you. At the end of the day, you come out, we ask you why you really think you can do. You can't even tell anything you can do. These are things, and we have to look at it very critically. Let's go to
And
you, Philip.
Miles,
Uh-huh.
yes, I'm so sorry about my break-in. Went short of power and I had to, switch on my mobile data. All right. So here is it. It's very important for us these days, as young people, right? This identity thing we talk about is very important these days, that we cannot just go far beyond just being religious. We have to go far beyond just being, that stereotype kind of. You just kind of stick and conform to what has been taught onto you from your childhood, right? When you were a kid, that thing they kind of stuck in your head. That thing they kind of told you, this is who you are, this is what you are, and XYZ. Now, as you grow up into a teen and you transition into, a youth or a young adult, what happens? Everything changes. Everything changes. So now we have to go beyond just this conformity, these things people told us. So now our minds, our hearts, and everything within us have to be like, okay, this is life and this is reality. I don't need to be influenced negatively by someone else. So if you want to be influenced by someone else negatively, that means you do not have to discover who you are. Like I was saying before, I went short of power. You have to stay grounded, know who you are, know what you want, and your identity is not just that ever since thing they told you. But your identity is the value you possess, the character you possess. Like I said, the strength you have, they all become your identity. So if you kind of have a clear picture of the strength and value you have as a person and where you want to see yourself, that is your goal. Your ambition in life, where you want to see yourself, then you kind of redefine who you are and you kind of see the greater picture of your identity. But young people these days, if we just kind of keep our eyes on what our mommy told us, what our daddy told us, what a teacher who did not even have, much experience, told us, we're going to be led negatively by people. We're going to be heavily influenced by social media. I mean, we're going to be moved by what's moving around us and all the trends. And at the end, time is going. Age is increasing. Days are coming, mornings are coming, evenings, nights are coming, and you ain't going to realize anything. Like Alfred, set a scenario, and you also buttress that. Like you be like, okay, I want to do IT because you hear somebody told you ever since, oh, IT is good. Like you hear your dad telling you that IT is good. Oh, I would like to go, into the medical field. Like you hear your mom telling you about medical field. But is that your real strength? Do you possess the ability, the patience? Do you possess the steez to maintain that? Do you have the energy to go through studies 24 hours a day or 23 hours a day? Now you have to sit and kind of think outside the box of the strength you have, the characters you have, the values you have that you can all put together to be able to carry you to where you want to go. Like you talk about the guy and he'd be like, yo, man, just check into the IT thing. Anything you see there and just give me. No, because what happened is that he has seen other people kind of rushing into the IT field. Or people are telling him, yo, man, money is in the IT field. So go into the IT field. Oh, man, you can handle computer. You can type in Microsoft Word. So IT is good for you. Is that your true calling? Is that your purpose in life? So if you sit and kind of discover your purpose in life, then you can carefully plan your life. No matter whether or not you were being, oriented, whether or not you were being mentored properly, whether or not you were being corrected or guided when you were coming up. Once you sit as a man or young man, once you sit as a young woman all by yourself, not in a crowd, not with your parents, not with your best friends, your fiancé, not with your pastor, but once you can sit all by yourself and listen to what your subconscious is telling you, listen to what the supernatural being is telling you, then you can clearly define who you are, your purpose in life, and your goals you hope to achieve. That becomes your identity. That was what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. And one thing I wanted to say before I go to our next question, Philip. Sometimes I want to have a little problem with our religious leaders, and some of them are say, why you say so? Philip, the Bible can teach people everything that you and myself doing today is right in the Bible.
Right.
But our religious people are focused on building us spiritually. That's good. 100% that's good. I agree with that 100%. But Philip, sometimes we want to be talking about these people outside there. See Elon Musk. See these people then outside there, right? We want to be talking to these people, they are this, they are this. But Philip, do you know these people were taught, to learn things that would be able to help them? Today we look at the church and we say the churches or the church, the mosque, the area, the Muslim people, this, the place is looking so poor, this and that. It's because we are not teaching our people that they can go for these things, that they are they're gonna reflect on their lives and then that of their family. We just,
Right.
we just talk about the religious side, and mostly the religious side has to do with the spiritual side, which of course I agree. But let the church know, let our imams, let these people get to know that when it comes to giving the word to these people, it is not just to strengthen them, just spiritually, but also, it has to do with other portions of their life, their career path, and other
Yeah.
things. Because when these people are strong, right? When they have this true identity of their self. But a lot of our pastors today, our imam today, they scare people from even becoming engineers, from becoming medical people, because the kind of messages they give to them. It affects
Right.
our society today. And which of course we
Right.
have to look at that. That's a reality about it. Right? You want a person to be spirit filled, but look at some of the challenges that they're going to face physically. And
Right.
there are things that are needed for them to overcome these challenges. There are things I
Absolutely.
told you all the time, right? You talk about the distinction between jobs and work. If you teach somebody about what they are being called for at the church, also teach them what they need to do in society that will be meaningful to society and also be meaningful to themselves and then out of their family as well. Because when these people are making impact in the society there, what happens also reflects on even the religious place they're from. But if these things are not happening, where are we going today?
And
You
that's
know,
why, and that's why it's important to note and understand that we have two lives, two separate lives we have. We all know we have this physical life and a spiritual life. Like you smartly said, if I've been taught by my parents when I was a kid to say my prayers in the morning, to sing my devotional songs, to read my Bible, that's my spiritual life they're kind of building up, right? But what does the very same Bible say? Or what does the very same Quran say? Or what does the very same holy book of other religions say? You have to work the earth. You have to tour the earth. You have to reproduce. Now, what skill do you have? What is your position in this earth? Like many people will say, the sky is very wide for your star to shine. Yes, in the sky, we have millions of stars. In fact, let me amplify. We have billions of stars, right? So, how can your star shine amongst those billions of stars? How? Except you cannot sit and know your potential. You cannot discover who you are. The same very God we serve, the same very God who made us, instructed us in his own word that we have to work the earth, we have to reproduce, we have to take care of the earth, we have to tend the earth. And how can you do that? What are the skills you have? What are your potentials? What is your purpose? What is your own space? What are you doing? People are into content creation. People are into medical thing. People are into security thing. Are you going to just follow the crowd? Or is your friend going to tell you, yo, man, let's go this way? Or yo, girl, let's do this thing? Are you going to do? No. So it's important, as we have been taught, like you said, it's important to note that while we are being taught spiritual life, we should also be taught, the physical life and the things that we ought to do and required of us to do in this world and in our life as people to be able to make the world a better place. You have pilot, you have doctor, you have teacher. Where do you belong? Where do you see yourself? What are the solutions you are providing to the problems? What is that problem you have identified to provide solution to? If you can carefully sit and identify that, then you can truly discover yourself and you won't be, negatively influenced by people.
Philip, let me say this, then I'll go to our next question. It might sound so, people might take it different, but we have to split the truth. Let the truth be split, right? Let me say to a lot of our young women today, in our dispensation today, men looking for somebody that they can build together, that they can work in line, that they can look the same direction. Why am I saying this, Philip? A lot of our young girls, our young women today go to the church, they are praying for men. Philip, they are specifically seeking. What are you bringing, Philip? Let's take, for example, we look at the social media today. Ask most of the young girls, what are you bringing to the table? There's common question. And people is telling you, or they are telling you, people are telling you, I can only bring myself to the table. I can only do this. I can only do that. Are you being serious? Are you being serious of this? So how do you think that somebody's going to take you serious? And you try to name some characteristics about yourself, try to say some things, your identity, try to show who you are. Who do you think, who the person son you think will take you very serious? So I brought this, our religious people, why these people are coming crying for men, they should be taught, before you get men, you yourself have to work on yourself. There are some things because if you want to get the attention of men, if you want to be valued, there are some things you have to do. You have to strengthen yourself. It's not just, sometimes, you pray. When you see nothing happening, sometimes you have to think outside the box. Meaning there are something you need to work on yourself as a person. And once you are not doing these things, what happens at the end of the day? You will continue being there. You will continue to be there. And at the end of the day, now we see God to be a liar. And which, of course, he can lie. He can lie. He can lie because you as an individual, you don't want to take responsibility. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to do anything. But sometimes all these things come from our religious leaders. And we have to look at this.
Miles, I want us to just talk around that, scenario you just said, you, Alfred, and me, about the female. We are not being condescending, right? We are not being condescending. We are not kind of talking down on women. But here is it. While you were speaking, I had this reflection when it comes to Genesis, but I'm so sorry I cannot quote the full, scripture reference. I think it's in Genesis chapter 2, right? Where God says, and the woman should be, a helpmeet, right? I think Pastor Alfred knows that, and you also, being a pastor's son, you know even that. So I want us to talk around this scenario you just gave, where we have seen a lot of our young women, beautiful young women, they have this kind of mindset, that kind of stereotype that, okay, your Kenja in our own, local language, women Kenja can live by the wayside or on the roadside. No, That's a very
Before you
bad
go, call,
mindset.
let me just say one thing, Philip. They had the tendency, right? You can leave on the roadside, but this I can tell you that we jumping over it from St. J all the way to to Morocco with the
So you ever said, Miles, and Alfred is going to come in, after I'm done, so we can, conclude this. God said, and behold, a woman shall be a helpmeet. How do you understand that? Is it you being a helpmeet by providing or offering your body? Yes, which is good because we have to reproduce. We have to, yes, we have to reproduce. Some sexual intercourse has to be done, has to be carried out for us to, replenish the earth. That's the mandate God gave us. So we have to, carry on some sexual intercourse to fulfill God's word. But listen, in that very same chapter 2, they said that everything God created, he saw that it was good, but was not completed. It was good, but never completed without a woman.
Why Alfred shaking your head at that?
Because I talk about the sexual intercourse and reproduction, though. You understand? So a man, we as men, we are never complete. We are never complete until and unless this woman, position herself, package herself as a helpmeet to come and supplement us, complement us, to come and carry us along. Like you said, we ought to build together because our God is a builder. We ought to create together because our God is a creator. And he said, let us create. So can a man on his own create something substantial? Can you, the man, establish something very meaningful or impactful? No. We have the ability to do halfway, but God has given woman that divine power, that supernatural power to be able to complement the man, to supplement the man, to be able to help the man. Because without you, the women, men are incomplete. All the beautiful things we see in this world, without the presence of women, they are all incomplete. So it's important. We want to tell you that it's not your body only, but what you have upstairs, the knowledge you have, the skills you have, the potential you have, how prayerful you are, how you can push that man to success, how you can push you two to success, to achieve your goals. So I kind of appreciate young women these days who are into the political school, who are into the youth space, who are into the medical school. You see, they're kind of doing their thing into agriculture. I'm always on the internet though. So I kind of see a good number of them. They kind of putting their hands to work so as to be a good wife, so as to be a good mother, not only a wife to a husband, but a good mother to your children and grandmother to your grandchildren, and also aunt to your children's children, in-laws, and also whatever you may say, or a good daughter to your parents. So it's important that our young girls forget the trends. Our young girls forget what's going on. Forget about the Chinese clothes. Yes, you can wear them to look good, but that should not be your mindset. That should not be a mindset. Somebody is asking you how much should a guy have to take you on a date. That should not be a mindset. What should be a mindset is, what can I bring into the home? Yeah, the man has to have 500 United States dollars to take me on a date. How is he going to get the money, seeing that you're not helping him to get the money? You're not putting ideas together. That's what I'm big on this man sapiosexuality thing. Like I always say, I'm a sapiosexual guy. I ain't just like any kind of woman because of your beauty, because of how beautiful you are, or XYZ. I ain't go for that. Honestly, I go for what is in your head. I go for what you speak to me, your intelligence. Not 100%.
After, why are you looking at better than that? Why is After looking at better than that?
And because I'm speaking sense, he knows that. So not because of your beauty you possess, because guess what, Myers? Your beauty is going to go away. Myers, see how handsome you are. This your handsomeness is going to fade away. You see how glowing Alfred is? He's going to glow no more when he age. Yes, all these things are going to go away. They are going to fade away. That's what the Bible says in Proverbs. A beautiful woman hasn't been born. But what makes you a beautiful woman is what you bring out. It's not what you
Your
consume.
character trait. show. Your
Yes,
your true
that's your
identity show.
identity.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
what you
Philip, now hold you
consume.
there. Now hold you there and John Afra because I want to hear what
Yes,
Afra wants to say
Alfred,
too.
let's hear you
Afra, what you
though.
want to say? You just laughing and what have you. I know there's some tactical thing you want to say here tonight. Say it, let's hear you.
No. So I'm just listening. And the reason I'm laughing, I'm not actually laughing because my brother Philip is actually saying things that does not make sense. Uh, I'm laughing because he's actually speaking the fact. He's saying things that actually make sense.
It's about
Things that
network
actually.
or it's Alfred's network.
Afra
Are you
is clear. I
hearing me?
think you need to come. Yes, I'm hearing you, Afra.
Okay, so and one of the main reasons I'm actually laughing is this evening when I was actually going on the road, I was riding a bike, I was going on the road to actually get something, and then out of a sudden this thought just came to my mind like most of the young guys are actually going this way because of that because of those they listen to. Yeah, so that's why when this discussion actually came out, I was just smiling, just laughing. I was like, wow, what such a coincidence. So, like when Teddy was speaking, then when Maya was speaking, let me tell you something. From an other statement, I do mention that most of this misleading comes from homes because there is no one is there to actually tutor this person. There is a popular statement that says that when I was a child, I act like a child, but when I grow and I am an adult, I act like an adult, right? But now this child is just a child that is coming up who does not know anything. He or she trying to actually maneuver their way through life to understand how they can actually go about life, how they can actually see things. And then now, okay, now we are actually speaking about ladies. Sorry for the ladies tonight. We are actually speaking about ladies. Okay. I'm not going to say bad things, right? But let me just hit a point for which I see that the message comes from my own side of view. Maybe other people could give another side of view or to counter attack. I don't know. But here it says, I do believe that most of this information here, most of the there is a video that I actually watched for a girl that I do believe if that girl has a son and then someone asked her, "Can you allow your child to marry this lady?" She would call up. She the person that she would say, "No, I cannot allow my child to marry this person." This girl was asked, "Can you help a man when he is in need?" She was so bold. What should I give? Me my money. My money is my money, and his money is our money. I was like, wow, wow. Wow. I was like, wow. I said, anyway, she don't know. And I actually go on to the comment section, and there are a lot of people saying she will marry herself. She will do this, she will do that, she will do that. There are a lot of people that want to know. I said, these people are actually right. These people are actually right because she don't know. And there's one question I always ask most of the girls that into most of them when we are talking about these discussions. I always ask them. I said, let me ask you one question. Be honest with yourself. You and I, we are sitting here today. Be honest with yourself. If you are a guy, will you want to marry yourself? Will you want to date yourself? If you are a guy, will you actually want to date yourself? Well, I said that's the point. You at this point you don't want yourself. What do you want for a man that is actually want to build a home, that actually understand life, that is actually well established? Because before a man should be well established, that means that he has seen a lot of things. For you to see a man that is well established, that has almost everything, that means that man has seen a lot of things. I'm not talking about this mommy's boy, maybe that comes from a working home that was born with silver spoon. They just have the money floating, and then they just do blah 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 blah. Blah. No, I'm talking for a man that actually struggle, that understand life, that understand the various angles of life. Before they could actually sit down with a lady, that means that they want to build a home with a lady. And then there's the one thing women don't. There's the one thing people don't understand. When we actually look at the Bible, when God was studying Abraham in the book of Genesis, He said, "Go." He said, "I will show." He said, "What?" He said, "I will show you then that you will find a wife." So a man find his wife. A man does not find a woman to make his wife. That's the point. So it's clear that a man will go out. We will leave our mom in that house. We will go out. and then we'll find our wife, our maiden. We are not going to find a girl that will make our wife. So like last time I was saying, I say a lady should be a wife before the man come to marry. On no condition a man will make you a wife. The man can marry a wife. So if you are not fully prepared, if you are not actually prepared as a wife, it is not possible for you to actually understand these things about life. You understand that, oh, okay, oh, I want the man should have 3 million in his account before you take me out on a date. Really? Are you for real? It makes you have this before you take me on a date. It makes you have that before you take me on. Are you for real? Are you kidding me? So, like I was saying, brother, you understand all these things. Uh, Most of these things they actually comes from the home or probably maybe the society for which you find yourself in. Like nowadays, you see the social media that expose everything. Young girls are seeing all these things on the social media. Um, they are you will see this girl that maybe she has everything and then she just come online and say a lot of foolishness and then you see the other girls is probably sitting on the side. Oh, she had admired this girl, how beautiful she is, how glowing she is. She has this thing, she has that. She will go out in another club and then she trading with some superstar and then this girl actually want to be like that. And then she will always be like, oh, I I don't want a broke guy. I don't want a guy that stays staying in his parents' house. I don't want a guy who doesn't have a car. I don't. I talk about that. I talk about car, and then I just only jump into my mind. I was actually watching the reels from Steve Wolf, the guy from Nigeria, and then this guy was actually standing. Those two girls was actually beside him. And then it was like, oh, I cannot marry a guy who doesn't have a car, who doesn't have about 100 million in his account, and then this guy turned around and said, and I asked you a question, he said, how much do you have in your account? She said, I don't have to have money in my account before a guy comes to me. He may ask, do you have a car? He said, no, I don't have a car. I said, okay, okay, okay. So you see, but the real issue is this marriage, Philip, the real issue is this, right? There should be a tutor, there should be a mentor for our young girls that's coming up that they may say we shouldn't be done. You always understand, you always see our mothers who are actually born in the 80s and the 90s. If you actually understand that behavior and then those that was born in 2000 up to this time, bro, that behavior is quite different. Let's talk about those that will be actually be
Yeah.
born maybe 20, maybe 20, 28. I mean, 2018, 2019. Let's talk about how they going to be, how actually going to be. So you see, as
Philip, after the people can say that modern day now, when you look at that word, people can say that modern day.
what?
Say that modern day, you don't compare those old days living and the new days living. So how you make
Yeah,
up that?
that's what that's what they say. They said that modern days. But if you actually understand, bro, yes, we understand that time goes by, things changes. Yes, society changes, and then new things come into the world. But you understand that, listen, there is a popular statement I always go to say, you can always say on the old map to plant a new map. So that means that you have to sit on the old foundation of a vase to build up a new foundation of a vase. And then it should be intertwined with the old foundation of a vase. That means that because we understand, bro, like how the child after they come out, you will see all their life things is not even corresponding with their home training or probably with where they hear from. Because I don't believe, yes, maybe the homes will not actually provide everything what is everything, but yeah, I do believe that there are certain things that they are actually taught. But listen to Asada. You listen to Asada, and then nowadays you see that's how that one time I always say, imagine Gen Z born in Gen Z. So the mother is still the same, and then she born another person. So she was just like giving the advice, the head just scatter advice, and then it just booming around, it just going around, it just going around, going around. And then there is nothing to understand. And likewise to the boss are the same. We are not actually people are not actually there to actually maybe guide us to actually tell us. Before I actually take over to you, there is one of my uncle. His name is Baba Bawa. He is a Ghanaian. And then there is the one advice he actually gave me one time in our lecture. I think I was in Liberia, in Zimbabwe. There is the one advice he actually gave me. At that time, he actually knew that, oh, a young guy coming up now, this guy have to get small girlfriend, At that time, what else? We wasn't saying now, we're facing in the community. Yeah. So he gave me this advice. He said, he said, he's not from the teamwork. He said, teamwork come. He said, let me tell you something. Uh, in the Western world, if the parents actually notice that child is into certain things, the one thing they do, they call their child. They are not going to rebuke that child. They are not going to tell the child that you adore, that you are a failure, that you are foolish. They are not going to tell the child that. They are not going to rebuke their child. What they do, they actually call their child or their children, and then they are going to tell the child, firstly, about the positive effect of that decision they want to take. So let us do remember if you see this girl is actually trying to have a boyfriend. The first they do you call the child, you tell the child about the positive instead of having a boyfriend. Oh, you will go on a date, you will go on Ashfield date, you will make you laugh. The first day will be the first 1 week will be like a butterfly deal. I'll be declaring you, you will do a lot of good things, blah 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 blah. And then after the thing tell you the good things about relationship, the good thing about having a boyfriend, then they tell you the negative effect of having a boyfriend, and then they try to guide, they try to lead you. They try to tell you what you should do and how you should do it. But they're not going to rebuke you. But you understand, in our home for in Africa, the first thing when they know that you're into something, the first thing they try to rebuke you. You're very useless. You this, you that, you this, you that. You are a foolish. You want to frustrate my effort. You want to do that, you want to do that. They try to beat on you, blah blah blah. And then now you see this guy try to hide yourself for they try to hide that they try to hide who they are. They just show that fake stuff to their parents, but back door now they are doing the worst thing, and then they are taking the advice from different people that is misleading them. The advice is not coming from their homes anymore because they are not able to actually show it to their parents because their parents will rebuke them, their parents will disgrace them, beat on them. So that's it, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alfred. One thing I learned from a mentor, he said you can have a series of topic. It is important that at least if the student can understand one very well, you understand that 90% of the students understand that particular topic. If it will take you the whole time to cover it, you can do it. Then to teach whole block of thing there, then they not even carry on one thing. Why am I saying this? So now we talk about identity, we talk about values, we talk about faith, and so now we are still around identity, and we are talking about these various things that affect us today in life. It is better we find a solution tonight, for the identity issue, than to talk a lot of things at the end of the day we not get anything, right? So that's why we continue to come up with a lot of practical things and other things. But before I go to the next question, Alfred, you've been seeing a trend about what they call clocky. Do you know what the meaning of that?
Myers, for me, like I'll be honest with you, I've been seeing it. Fuck it, bro. To be honest, I've been seeing it, and I've been seeing a lot of people doing it. I don't understand it. I don't know it. I don't. I want to be true to you, bro. I don't want to lie. I want to be true to you, bro. I don't know it.
Do you know
I've seen
what
a
they
lot of
call
people
clocky?
doing it. Okay, I don't know it. I don't know it, bro. Maybe,
Do you know what they call?
maybe, maybe I'm going to know it tonight, but to be honest, I don't know it.
Clock it. Buddy is this. Buddy is nice. Clock it.
This question to come to a particular question. We are talking about identity tonight, right? And there's a question I want to ask. Philip, how does social media influence the identity of young people today? A lot of us today, as soon we see things on the social media, we chasing it not for fun. I was just asking a question. That's why I brought that scenario. Have you seen the clocking thing? Anybody now you see on live video clocking, the whole country now, everybody clocking it. All the young girls want to clock it. Everybody want to. I don't know where they clocking, where they're not clocking. I didn't after our people who in the comment section, you can tell we are still confused about the clocking thing. But it is
Yeah,
not
what
really
is
our
clock
focus point.
it?
Our focus point today is to talk about social media influence on identity. What you say, what you have to say regarding that, Philip? Let's hear you for 1 minute.
So here is a mess. So you see the thing we kind of talk about all this group of people we call celebrity. There are one group of people who kind of influencing people unknowingly, negatively, right? Why I said so. The person is a celebrity, not a bad thing. But you see those people, or you see our young friends, that may be very particular. You see our young friends who are coming from a place of not understanding fully who they are. Now, if they kind of having a like, they kind of having a love, they kind of having a little bit of appreciation for this person, for the kind of work they do. What happens is that whatever that person does on social media, they will also want to do. Now, aside from the celebrity, let comes to your friend now. For example, we all are in this people's country, and then you, my boy Myers, my friend, I kind of see you doing something on your Facebook or your IG or your TikTok or whatever account. You kind of go into this shopping mall, you kind of wearing on this other brand, you kind of doing this thing, doing that thing. And myself, I'm here, right? We are in the same country and we have our friends back home who kind of looking at our Facebook handles, looking at all our social media activities and things. We have our family too, and they kind of know you to be my friend. So if they kind of see you looking good on Facebook, looking good on IG, and you kind of dropping one or two contents, they be like, yo, man, I'll be like, no, I have to do whatever it takes. I have to go to that very same mall to do that very same thing Myers did. I had to go to KFC and eat a chicken and post a picture because Maya did. I had to go for a snow bath like Myers did. I had to go for hiking like Myers did. You see, that's how people who do not fully understand who they are, right? People who do not understand. When I meet people, young folks like us, who do not fully understand who they are, where they are going, and where they are from, they kind of follow these things on social media. Social media is not a bad thing. I love social media so much. 100% love. But guess what? I do not come on this social media and see you do things and I want to do. No, I don't want to do, because from the very beginning of my upbringing, I've been taught who am I, what I stand for, right? I've been taught partially by my parents and also partially by myself. So people who do not know who they are, what they want, where they are going, what's their purpose, what's their belief, what's their like and their dislike, they will just come online and do whatever they want to do because they see their friend. Like we are making this kind of fun on this clock it visual, right? Like the girl is my classmate. I'm a girl, and I have my friend. She's a girl as well. And she went home and bought a little 1 megabyte or 2 megabyte, whatever data she put in her phone, and she kind of danced to the beat. She kind of used the sound, clock it. She kind of made her hair, do all kind of things, half naked herself, or she kind of unveiled everything, her body parts, and you be like, your body is still, you clock it, your body is nice, all kind of stuff. Because I have a sexy body being a girl. Yes, that's the fact. I tell you for free, Miles. I too, being a girl, I have that boobs, I have everything in shape and form, everything like my friend does. And my friend has the ability to use her phone and come online to do clock it. Myself, I have the same very makeup, I have the very same house too, to come and unveil everything that I should keep, covered for my houseman, to keep covered for my own, prestige, my own protection. But I kind of come on the internet because my friend, we are in the same class. My friend, we go to the library together. My friend, we go to the well together or the pump together. My friend, we go to the market together. My friend, we go to the club together. Is doing clock it. Myself want to do clock it. Because what? My upbringing is not strong. My upbringing told me that whatever people do, do. Whatever people say, say. Whatever people act. No. So these are people you see. These are people you see kind of being influenced negatively by social media. But social media is not a bad thing. It's never a
Thank
bad
you.
thing. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to say this. There are a lot of us, we are so ashamed to post some of our sisters and brothers. And people
Yeah.
will wonder why we don't do it. It's because the kind of things that they are getting for or they are getting for into the social media trends. A lot of us we are afraid to post them because the kind of identity we have, the kind of way people know us to be. It's not that we are extraordinary people. Someone asked me the other time, Miles, do you social? I'll be like, what you mean by that? I can read ball more than you. He said, but I don't really see that. I was like, you won't see it, right? Because I feel like there is a time and season for everything,
Uh,
and there's a
you know, why do you say? Why is it actually made me to think about something? Like when I just came to India, yeah, back home we do our things, but I just all my things I do. That one thing I don't joke about. I always when it comes to going to church, serving my God, I always see what's about. For those that know me, right? So for people that are always close to me, that don't know me too good, they'll feel like this guy don't actually feel vibe, don't actually do what few things. I remember the first graduation program I ever had that I actually had held here, but I think 2024 graduates. Those people had the party, right? And then I was invited to the party. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink. But I dance more than everybody on the party. I feel my environment. Yeah, my soul drink, my normal soul drink. So the next day everybody was like, after you drink liquor,
your
after you
surgery
do
made you drunk. Your
that.
surgery made you drunk.
Yeah, yeah. After you do everything, I say, well, though. So, I started to explain to them. I said, let me tell you something. Even you are like acting like, oh, you're too good, you're too good. The time going out was passing, I was sleeping. Because it's not like but this is not who we are. Yeah, we actually see this. It don't help us. It don't take us anywhere. So it doesn't matter. But Miles, the school I graduated from. You know where we're staying. You know the environment we're in, bro. You know the environment we're in.
Yeah,
But it,
that's
it,
what.
it won't help us. But that's in the consideration now. If Fede was going to actually see, it's not Fede get to know me. If Fede know me as the guy who smoke, who drinks, who is not serious about life. But now Fede and we are not on this call communicating. Maybe the only thing I'm going to be Fede when you see me on the street, hello, hello, hello. You know, Fede is a serious minded guy, right? Fede who like to be with a friend or has a friend that who is not serious about life, who's the only thing you want to do, smoke, drink, maybe have girlfriend or everything. You won't be serious about life. So that shows I'm not going to meet people with influence, people with knowledge, people with high caliber. Look at right now. We are based on our seriousness. We are able to secure a spot for Vanny Sibu. So if this guy the first time maybe going to come, and then you see maybe that slow man like hair also like hair so maybe like up in a ball and then but this children are not serious. But you see serious management. So it won't help us based on our professions, based on what we want to do. Many of maybe yeah, Phil is doing IT, we are doing nursing, we're doing other things. But if you actually understand most of the things that we do, we always around youth program always want to be the way youth I want to make sure that the youth actually find their rightful direction. So in years to come, you will see many are in certain positions that will be giving back to the community, that will be giving back to our younger ones. So if we are actually finding ourselves in certain directions, then what are we going to be preaching? What are those things that we are going to be saying to the people? Because sometimes you don't have to tell this child or this person a word, but your attitude, the way in which you do things, it speaks for you, and then it's plenty change. That's why before I take over the man, that's why you always see when we're coming up. Our parents always be like, "You see that guy? Don't never be like him." As you coming up, when that statement comes to you that a child should never be like this, that disgrace to you, a very big disgrace for a mom to say that quiet in a passing a child. You are not being set as a good example, but rather a bad example. And then the mother is telling their child, "Do not be like that boy." So you see, but if we actually come out, then we see that mother saying that, or that guy is saying that, oh, I actually like this uncle, I actually like this big brother, I actually want to be like him. Or you see the child always around you, then that means that's a person for you. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, after you just said, those things that was already on my mind. A lot of us we feel so shy to post some of our brothers and sisters, and that's the reality about it. No matter how, we won't post you on our page. We won't post you on our social media thing because the forms and manner in which you present yourself. Sometimes we even feel, so afraid of when somebody asks us, say that your sister or your brother, then we won't tell them. We don't want to tell them because the kind of people know us for, right? The kind of way we position ourselves. I usually tell people, afraid all the things that you can be doing, not that we can do it, we can do it. We are not escort people. No different feeling we get this and that. But we wait the society will understand how things goes. And we know our position right now. We understand our identity. So if every one of us, there's a simple logic here, right? If every one of us now try to do that thing you're doing, you think somebody will be there to talk to you on it? Nobody will
Right.
be there to talk. That's a simple logic. That's why we decide to set ourselves apart and see our best. After definitely your social media page, Philip, definitely there are certain things you won't post at all on your social media page because there are people watching you. There are people looking up to you for advices. I told you the other time, one of your friend, your mentees, they reached out to me and said, "Wow, Philip, he's a very good guy. He been mentoring me for some time." So Philip, you won't post certain things. There are certain girl who be your friend, whatever. I'm not laughing. There are certain
Alfred,
girl who
what's
be
your
your friend.
problem?
Philip, there are certain girls who be
What's your
your friend for
comment?
so long.
Alfred, what's your comment? You can spill out though. Kind of spill out. What's your comment? But Miles,
No,
you ever say,
no, Philip, my hands are up. My hands are up. My hands are up. Let's
I got
go.
you. It's okay. It's okay. But on a serious note, guys, you ever say, the reason why people kind of they are kind of being moved, young people are kind of being moved by this social media thing we talk about, and then we all kind of say social media is bad, or we think that social media is bad, is because of this thing called belonging. Alfred, we say community is a place where people live. What kind of community Alfred wants to be a part of? What kind of community Miles want to be a part of? So this concept or this perception of belonging, I want to belong to a particular people. I want to belong to a particular society. I want to belong to a particular dressing style. I want to become, I want to belong to a particular, like output on my social media handle. I want my social media handle to belong to a certain community on the social media platform. But if you want to do that, if you want to belong, it should not be at the detriment of you losing yourself.
Sure.
No, it should not be at the detriment of you losing yourself. As much as belonging is important, so as you keeping yourself and holding on to your values. And holding on to your values. Like this social media, I want to belong to Afra's society. I want to belong to Maya's community. I want to belong to a particular group of people. So, however way those people dress, however way those people talk, whatever thing those people post on their social media handle, because I want to belong to them, so I do the same. Belonging is good. I belong to the Pele trap and Mano trap. So whatever those people do, I should do them as well. But should I lose myself because I belong to the Pele and Mano trap? Somebody said Pele man is very stupid. Okay, fine. Although I'm from the Pele trap or the Mano trap, but should I do the stupid things they do? No. No. Although I belong to them, I am to identify with them, but I should not, lose myself on belonging to them. You should be able to guard who you are. You should be able to follow your values. You should be able to follow your morals and your ethics. You should be able to follow those things which represent you or present you to people in a very good manner. Like you talk about Miles, some people may not want to post their bros, their sisters, whosoever on the social media platform because those people want to belong to certain group. They want to belong to certain friends group. They want to belong to certain society. They want to belong to certain community which we do not belong to. But because they went out into the market, because they travel out to this other country, because they travel out to that other county and see what people do, so they want to do as well. Okay, my friend is Queen. And Queen is coming out here on the social media. She kind of doing her face makeup. She kind of doing her hair. She kind of doing her nails. And then she's shooting her clocked visual. Oh, so I should belong to Queen? No, she's my friend. So I'm not going to lose out myself. We're going to keep the friendship. I'm going to keep the friendship with Myers. I'm going to keep the friendship with Alfred. I'm going to keep the friendship with everybody. But I do not belong to the things you do. I do not belong to the things you do. I should remain grounded with my values. I should remain grounded with my morals. I should remain grounded with the good things and good identity and good picture people see of me. But never losing myself because I want to keep the friendship with you. I ain't going to do that. So to our young people, our fellow brothers and sisters or whoever, please, although belonging is important, but losing yourself is also important. So you have to keep yourself and not to lose yourself. You do not need to fit in. No. If they don't want you there, you come out. If they don't want you there, you get out. Like the Bible says, we need not to be conformed to this word, but we have to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. So let's stay grounded and let's stay true to ourselves and let's stay true to our identities. Know your purpose in life, know your focus in life, and stay focused to what you ought to do. Stay disciplined, and you kind of find your way through. So do not force yourself to fit in. Do not compel yourself. Do not beat on yourself because you are not doing the clock 8 video, or because you're not going to the pool party, or because you are not selling out your body. You need not do that because you are not that person. So it's important that we stay true to ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Before when you left, I was saying something, right? It's better we talk about this thing, find solution about it, than to talk about a lot of things we don't get any solution, right? And tonight we are still on identity, which of course is what affecting our society today. And we must find by all costs, we must find a common ground. And I think we have found a common ground that every one of us can take home tonight, right? Like you have to be yourself. You have to listen to your parents or guardians. And we also urge our pastors, our imams, those very religious teachers to not just focus on the spiritual building only. It is good, but also those career paths for the people because they need to know what they stand for. Because when they go in the world there, if you are just only about spiritual things, there are other things that's going to be lack of. And which of course they have to know who they are, their identity. It's very, very important in our time. So to all of our viewers, we say thank you. We are seeing the comment section. It's so, it's so exciting tonight, to have every one of you with us, saying, we are sharing. Tonight is just all about practical experience. We are not here to talk, too much of definition and other things, but we are here to show some practical, things tonight. And here we are tonight. We're going to take at least just a break. And once we get back, Africa going to drop us maybe with 1 or 2 questions, and other things. And we're going to call it a day. Let's take a break shortly and be back.
Journey began, building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth. Shine on the screen. a purpose so true. Buena Mayans, we honor you. With faith and courage, the journey began. Building a platform for every man. Through trials and growth, the light stayed strong. Turning every challenge into
Mars is mute. Mars is mute.
Okay, let me say welcome back, to our flash show on faith, value, identity in today's changing world. We live in a dispensation today that the world is changing on a daily basis, both technology on our social side and the rest of it. And we said today, where do you stand? And that's why we've been talking tonight about our standing point, our true identity. What are those things we stand for? What are those things that people can recognize us for to say, yes, this is Alfred, this is Philip, and the rest. So these are things we've been discussing tonight. Like I said, it is better we find solution for just this particular thing than to talk all the other one and you don't go with anything. So as we reach to a point of wrapping up, let's just take this question, quickly, Philip, and then that of Alfred. Uh, uh, Philip, yes, it. Many you believe faith is outdated. Many of our young people believe today that faith is outdated. Oh, let's forget what they faith here, man. What they faith, is outdated. Philip, that's many of us believe, and today is affecting us today. It's affecting us today seriously. That made a lot of us today we make wrong decision. Make a lot of us today we compromise. Make a lot
Mm,
of us today we suffer from a lot of things
right.
because we say faith is updated. Faith, they think I know whatever they faith here, faith. I can't wait again. I can't do this. I can't do that. We categorize it into a lot of things. We see it from a different perspective. We view it from a different standpoint. But man, faith is very essential in our day-to-day lives. It plays
Mm.
a crucial roles on our decision making. Philip, what do you have to say about our young people who say faith is outdated? What do you have to say regarding that?
I mean, just few things I'm going to say, and I want to be very careful with my words when it comes to this perception of people saying faith is outdated or it needs to be ignored. I mean, everything in life, from the spiritual side to the physical side to your educational side or whatever area you find yourself, it's all depends on faith. You're navigating your way through life today, it's all about the amount of faith you have. It's all about the amount of faith you have. Faith is actually a guide. It provides a guidance for us or to us in everything we do. Faith helps you to stay grounded and true to yourself. Faith helps you to navigate your life in the toughest time. Faith helps you to navigate life to go through situations and challenges when everyone else has gone away from you, even your trusted friends. Faith is always with you. It's very important. And faith should be your leading principle to life. Your leading principle to life is faith. We are not counting on parents now. We're not counting on spouses. We're not counting on fiancé. We're not counting on mentors. We're not counting on religious leader. But now it's you. It's you. So faith will always be there to provide you the guidance. Faith will always be there to provide you the hope, the strength you need to go through difficult times. And faith will always teach us those values that we ought to have, we ought to maintain if we already have. Faith teaches you to maintain those values you already have. And to those people who don't have value, young people who don't have value, faith is always going to be there to teach you the value and stay grounded to those values. That's what faith does. So someone is having the perception that faith is outdated. No. I'm encouraging you tonight or this evening or whatever time at your end that faith should always be your principal guide. Faith should be your walking stick, as one may say. Like an elderly man who is in, or you say a senior citizen who is, in his 80s or 70s. Now, he has a stick to walk with. That is his companion. Faith should be your companion because it teaches you discipline. Faith teaches you to be very humble. Faith teaches you to be patient-minded. Myers, here is the thing. You have all of the goodies. As soon as the month comes to an end, you are going to the shopping mall to get some groceries and stuff, to get some body lotion. You get some, a garbage. You just go and do your shopping. Now, if I am a person who lacks faith, what happened? I will be very frustrated. I will be very jealous because of the good things you get for yourself or you purchase for yourself, not knowing that you and I are two different people. The way you earn the money is different from the way I earn mine. The way you do your purchase is different from the way I do my purchase. Your preferences are different from my preferences. So faith should be your guiding principle to help you to stay disciplined. And faith, one last thing it does is that it helps you to be that resilient person. Whenever you keep failing, it brings you back. Like you be like, no matter what my test score, no matter what the marks I have in the examination, no matter what the results I get from my interview, no matter what the results I get from my project, no matter what the emails I send to my clients and they are turning me down, no matter what, I will still come back. Faith teaches you to be a very resilient person. It teaches us resilience, like bouncing back from our failures, coming back from our depressions, oppressions, and stress. How oppressed we are, faith takes us from that dungeon. Faith actually takes you from your lowest point in life to where you want to see yourself. Because why, Myers? You be like, I'm here one day, trusting God and hoping that my skill, my potential, my knowledge is going to take me to where I want to get. The skill that I have, the work I do is one day going to put a huge sum of money into my bank account. How talented I am, my talent is going to take me to the world stage. You see, one person who I love so much is Lionel Messi. Lionel Andres Messi. Why do I love Messi? Very simple thing. Messi is a man of resilient spirit. We all watched the 2010 World Cup when they went to South Africa to play. We all watched the 2014 World Cup when Germany, Germany beat them in the World Cup when Mario Götze came in the extra 30 minutes and scored that goal. After Messi had done all of the dribbles and gave assists to Higuain and other players and things, they all shot the ball outside to different angles. Messi broke down. What happened? Messi said he's no longer part of the national team. But you see what faith does? It brings Messi back. Messi came back into the national team. And that very year he came back to the national team, he won the Copa America. He won other great trophies with his country, and even with Barcelona. And what faith does for Messi? Faith took Messi to the 2022 World Cup. It took Messi to the 2022 World Cup. And he won the World Cup. That's what faith does. It builds you into that resilient person. It builds you into that positive person. You kind of gain the positive mindset, the growth mindset. You kind of being forgiven. So till date, what did the football analyst said, or the commentator said? He said, and Messi has shaken hand with paradise. Imagine for a human to shake hand with paradise. Imagine, Myers. It is a glorious thing. It is a glorious situation. It is a glory. So what makes Messi to shake hand with paradise is because of the level of faith he has. It's the level of faith he has. Faith will always help us to take us to where we want to get, no matter the situations, the stumbling block we see in life. But if you want to get your eyes of faith, you want to get your minds of faith, you want to actually get your sight of faith, bro, you ain't going to make it in life. That's why the book of James said, you have faith and you have to, complement your faith in the work you do. And at the end, you're going to have success. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Let me add my voice, Philip. I feel like while a lot of people, we live in a modern world, which of course I agree with us, but there are a lot of us, we lack our belonging. We don't know where we came from. That's why sometimes we make statements. That's why sometimes we think the way we think. Because, Philip, they say you must sit on the old mat to plant a new one.
Yeah.
You, as a young person coming up, the only way you can see that place you see to reach there, you need some technical advices.
Right.
And what do you think the advice is going to do for you? It will build you up. Philip,
Right.
you and myself know we here today. There are a lot of times we have some of our oldest brothers and sisters, some of our uncles and what have you. When they call up, what do you think they give us? Words of encouragement.
Mm.
And why it does to us? It build our faith.
Right.
My son, I know that you are studying up there. Things will look so difficult, but you don't need to give up. As soon as you get that word, you don't need to give up. What happened? Something pop in you. My son, you know the
Mm.
family, they are depending on you. You know you are the
Mm.
only one who have reached that far. So you don't try to let the family down. It build you up. But Philip, love our young people feel today that they can just do things on their own. They can find a solutions on their own. They can do
Mm.
whatever. Philip, even people who do not believe in God, whatever they believe in, you know what carry them through? That they are faith they
Mm.
have in that thing there.
Right.
So, love us today, we must stop that kind of negative things because there are a lot of challenges as ahead of us. There are a
Mm.
lot of things we have to face. Some days, the way you see life, Philip, the way you see life sometimes, the way you picture life, sometimes it doesn't go that way. It change direction. But
Mm.
do you know what keep you there? Is your faith.
Mm.
So a lot of us we say faith is an updated thing, outdated things.
Mm.
You know what it bring to us? But faith sometimes I don't even blame some of our young brothers and sisters. Like after we were saying previously about this identity issue, sometimes the parents, the kind of advices they give to us,
Yeah.
the kind of things they give to us.
Right.
Philip, you will see a woman coming up, will look at her get her, no matter what, you must bring money to the house here.
Mm.
No matter how she brought money to the house for them to eat. So she will tell you to bring it because she don't understand that life is a challenges and those challenges that come, it need faith, it need words of
Mm.
encouragement. That's why you see Philip, a lot of our young guys today, they are just on the street there, they just say, like we were saying previously, Philip, they just say anything they want to say because
Right.
they lack what they call faith.
Right.
They lack what they call faith. They just talk. My brother, if you understand the foundation, if you understand the standpoints of faith in your life, you won't just talk the way you won't just talk when things arises. Faith
Nah.
allow you to think before you speak.
Right.
Faith allow you to think because your words you're gonna pour out, every word you say comes with power. It comes with power, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
listen, the way you say it, people will see it. You will see it to be a common thing, but people see it to be something different.
Mm.
So I want to say to us that my brother said, a lot of us today, faith is not outdated. It's something that we continue to build ourselves. It's like a foundation. When you
Right.
destroy it, you destroy your whole life. Your whole journey now will just be going. You
Right.
won't understand where you're going. You won't understand where you're going. Life will just take you anywhere.
Mm.
And you know that
Mm.
you have the power indeed to control certain things. There are certain things you have power over to control. And what
Right.
what are those powers you have is your faith. Because there are certain things that the life will tell you, say, you can do that thing here, man, you can do that thing here, right? And you know, as a person, right, your faith will try to conscientize you. My brother, you have to take time. This thing is step by step. Faith guide us. Like you said, my brother, it guide us. It lead us
Yeah,
to.
it's a guiding principle to our life.
It,
It's the
it
light
lead
in
us
our
to.
darkness.
It help us to live a moral life.
Yes, sir.
It help us. But a lot of us today, we downplay those things. And it's very essential. That's why we are here tonight to say to every one of us, it is very essential to build ourselves on. Because when we lack these things, we will face a lot of things. Just imagine we say the world is changing today. Hear the topic tonight. Faith, attentivity in a changing world. The world is changing today. Globally, the world is changing. So you know what will carry you through the changes of world? Is the faith you try to put on. How you guide yourself. Those peer pressure, those I told people I see peer pressure not just in a negative form, but I see it to be in a positive form. Those peer pressure that will guide you, those things that when you see, it will make you to do it in a positive way, not a negative way. That faith will help you to do those things. But if you just see it as an
Emmaus,
individual, yeah,
and Emmaus, like you just described the word, right? The word we now live in. It's kind of rushing, it's kind of running, it's kind of rough. This entire word now, fast pace, is rushing, running, and it's rough. We see challenges every time. We see situation every time. But what faith does, like we said, should be the guiding principle. It helps young people to make decision, not just any kind of abrupt decision or decision you kind of take it from anywhere, but an
meaningful
informed
decision.
decision. An
Yeah,
informed decision. It gives you wisdom to be able to face the situation you see in life. It helps you to make decisions to face the challenges you have in life. So it's very
Philip,
important that
let's take you and myself. There's a reality, my people who are watching us. You people know what keeping us here today is faith.
it's faith.
Let me say there are a lot of secret things we face behind the scene. We won't come here to be
Yeah,
explaining everything. But you know
right.
what keep us on our path that we are right now?
It's faith.
That faith, right? Some days we are human, huh? Every one of us are human. We feel like I cannot do it, man. I think I have to give up. But what keep us there is faith. Because one thing I told people, one thing that comes to my mind is that I have thousands of young people depending on me. If I fail, all these people fail already. So you know what
Right.
always remind me that faith. So I have to keep moral. I have to stand for what I stand for. It always guiding me. Someday when I want to feel discouraged and other
Right.
things, you reach out to people, you confide in people, and they try to show you some direction and help you. Sometimes most of us who are religious people, we have our different religions we go to, we pray, and sometimes our faith gain more, more stronger. But
Mm.
if we just feel like it is outdated, you can do it on your own, my brother and sister. Some of us are try it, but it doesn't work like that.
Nah.
Yeah, it doesn't work. The way you see life. Let me tell us before I get to my brother for a parting statement. The way we see life sometimes as an individual. The way you see life. Let me give a practical example. A lot of us we in Liberia. Oh, I want to travel. Want to travel? I'll get a lot of things. I'll get a lot of things. Yes, it is true. It is true. It is true that you get a lot of things. That one not a lot of true. But you know what will make you to get these things? That faith. That
If
faith
you
will
can
help you.
stand the test of time,
If you get because there are a lot of things to get it are challenges. Some of
you
us we
stand,
came here for
Myers, if you can stand the test of time, not only standing the test of time, but in the situations and in the midst of the hardship, you kind of able to make good decision, wise decision. Then
sure,
only can you get all of those things.
sure. So that's faith, right? So why you see some of us we are here today, we have the courage, we have the audacity that both people can say to be talking here tonight, that faith guiding us. Because some days we feel like giving up. We feel like life, is nowhere again. Most especially when we hear some news from back home, when we see some things that is happening, we feel like, why am I fighting myself? Why am I fighting like this? Why can I just leave the whole things? Right? But faith continues to remind us that challenges will come. But all you need to do is sustain that top of town. Because listen, Philip, you and myself know that people are waiting our story today to be a transformation to their life. That's why a lot of people have changed today through other people's story. And they said to themselves, they conscientize themselves and say, wow, but if this young man, if this brother can do it, I think myself I can go through it and do it. So
Yeah.
that's why faith does for us. It guides us, it helps us, it gives us that hope, that courage. It's like how should I put it right? It's like it's what should I say? It's like a stick that stand behind you, right? That each time you want to try to lay
It's a
by.
pillow. It's a pillow.
Okay, thank you, Philip. That's what I want to say. It's like a pillow, right? Each time you want to fall, right? It's like, no, you can't
Keep,
fall. I'm holding you, right?
keep holding.
Each time you want to give out, they remind you, right? You came too far, man. You passed the
Yeah.
first year, you passed the second year.
Yeah.
Why you want to give up, right? So if you
Right.
lost these things, right? If you lost your faith, what happened right now? You will just be confused. My people,
Mm,
let me say that before I get to my brother. There are a lot of our colleagues came here, they went back. They had the
mm,
opportunities. It was here for them. But some of them saw it, they saw the challenges,
mm.
and they felt like they could have done it on their own. But it was the wrong decision that they made. They just couldn't do it. At the end of the day, they have to say no. Mama, Papa, it better you send my plane ticket and me come back like bro, yeah.
Hmm.
And they're where they are today. So all we are saying today is faith is now outdated. Faith is a central point for everybody's success. Faith play
Right.
a key role in being successful.
Hmm.
If you don't have faith there, you don't have your real identity. We talk about identity. You don't have your value, my brother and sister. For you to succeed, it will be difficult.
Right.
No matter in whatever place you want to succeed, because success is a broad word. There are a lot of things people want to succeed in, right? So no
Yeah.
matter where you want to succeed, if you don't have these things with you, you don't have that identity, where you coming from, what you stand for, your value. Feel it. Don't allow. I can tell people now, we should reach to a stage that we don't allow people to look down on us.
Hmm.
You should try to build your. And in order for people to not look down on you, you must try to build yourself.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you must pass through this fit, this thing we talk about tonight, right? You should be able to stand. That's why you must have that fit. Yeah, you must have that faith that people won't look down on you. And I want to say thanks to all of our followers tonight. And I hope that we learned through the practical experiences that we give. Every one of us, we're taking it back when we're going to play again, listen to ourselves, listen to what we have said over and over. And I hope every one of us can learn from these things. It will be a very meaningful things to us. So let me take at least 1 minute of my brother parting statement and we can call it a day.
Thank you. So here is a quick advice to my young people, my fellow young people, my friends, my bro, my everyone listening out to us, right? It's very important to know that we have to keep learning. Guys, let's keep learning. Very important. That little math you're doing, keep practicing that math. The little English you're kind of practicing, keep practicing the English. The little tailoring you're doing, keep practicing the tailoring. The little garden you're making, keep making that garden, right? The little painting you're doing, keep, kind of making the painting nice and beautiful, right? And more artistic is very important. So let's keep learning. And again, always build good character. Always build good character is important. Do not be influenced by people's negative characters. No, don't do that. Always build a good character. And again, be patient always. Be patient always. It's very important. Patience is one important thing in life, one skill in life. You do not born with patience. We were not born with patience, but what happened? We learn it, we grow into it. So it's very important. You have to be patient in life no matter the situations or the hardship. Please be patient. And again, be patient with yourself, be patient with your family, be patient with your mentors, your teachers, your government, or any other person. It could be your relationship. Please be patient. And one thing we will always say to you as Myers Television family is that seek mentorship. You do not make it alone in this life. Seek mentorship. You do not need to have a physical contact with the person, but what happened? You can come on the internet and follow positive people. Just open your Facebook, you see some good people. They kind of post some good contents in your field. relating to your field or related to your field. It could be medical, it could be computer, it could be agriculture, it could be finance, it could be security, it could be governance, whatever. Come on the internet, open your Facebook, your IG, your TikTok, your whatever social media handle you have. There are millions of good people. See what they do and kind of follow their positive footsteps. Don't go for the negatives. Don't do that. So seek mentorship always, seek
Thank
advice
you.
always. Like you do not need to have all of the answers to your questions you have in your head. We do not have all of the questions we ask ourselves. We do not have all of the
Sure.
answers to the questions we ask ourselves. We don't. You go to God in prayer, a Muslim, a
He
Christian,
will
or
help you.
whatever religion you're from, go to your God in prayer, ask Him, and He's going to show you the way. Especially for Christians, ask the Holy Spirit, and He's going to tell you everything that God has for you because it is only God who reveals the deep and secret things. He unveiled the treasures to us. So you do not need to beat yourself up. Don't do that. You are not winning today, doesn't mean that you won't win tomorrow. You are not excelling in life today, doesn't mean you are not excelling in life tomorrow. It's all about time and discovering who you are and understanding your season, your time. Like the Bible says, there are times and seasons for everything in a man's life. So it's important, right? It's very important. And your identity, like we said, is not determined by this trend we see on Facebook. No. The trend you see in the community, no. The trend you see in your school, no. It's not determined by the popularity somebody have. That's not your identity. Oh, I have 10 million followers. I have 15K followers. That's not your identity. Your identity is not determined by your social media platforms or what you post. People choose to post what they want to post on their social media handle. I choose to post what I want to post on my social media handle. That's not my identity. I have a very true identity, right? If you're smart enough, you get to discover the person's identity. If you are very discerning enough, you can discover the person's identity. So, my young people, please stay focused, discover your purpose, have faith, because it is the guiding principle to your life. It is the light in that darkness. It is the pillow, like Maya said, it is the pillow that is going to always hold you when the going gets tough and the tough gets going. So let's stay true to ourselves, let's stay
Now,
true to our identity, and let's stay disciplined. And God is going to help us to get to wherever we envision ourselves. Thank you.
thank you so much, Philip. So Philip has said it all, and let me just read this closing remarks for us that every one of us can take home. It says, "When faith guides your heart, value shapes your character, and identity is rooted in purpose. No changing world can change who you are. Your people are not merely the leaders of tomorrow; they are the leaders of today." In
Yeah.
this light, I would like to say thanks to everybody for joining us. In this changing world we are today, you can shift yourself. You can change whatever you want to change, but don't allow the world to change you. You can change whatever you want to change. Your identity, if it is negative one, you can change to positive one. Your
Yes.
faith, if you think it is outrooted, no, it is not outrooted. It's still there. And you can only go through if only you have this thing as a foundation set for your life. And definitely you're going to get to where you want to get. In this light, we want to draw our curtain down as we see you again for another edition of the Miles TV. Good night, and it was a nice time being here. Thank
Oh
you
my
all.
goodness. Bye, guys. See you again, man.